The recognized symbol of excellence in online entertainment.
This is G.I. Kyle. This is G.I. Kyle. When I'm not taking shirtless selfies on Instagram and drinking White Claw while having hot sex with my wife Karen and making truck videos, I like to listen to the shows on VRS, Veteran Radio Syndicate, your home for the best quality veteran entertainment.
Welcome, everybody, to another Sports Church right here on the Vet Radio Syndicate. I'm your host, John Kerming, a.k.a. Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. Yes, I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly. And I'm OG of the Vet Radio Syndicate. All right, so as the world descends into utter madness, which is, we're about due for that every 10 years or so, we're going to try and distract ourselves a little bit with sports, but the politics is going to come into it because now it's affecting sport as well. So yay for that. But we'll do our best. And joining me is the usual crew, Pterodactyl, who's on the bar with me. If you haven't checked that out last night. There it goes. After that last night, we got Pook, my fellow volunteer / inmate / guest at the all-inclusive resort known as 43 area in Las Pulgas, Camp Pendleton, California, and Pops, who's our auto racing expert, and my Pops. So, all right, guys. You kind of first in everything. I don't know, but what's new? What's happening with you?
Well, I just got home not too long ago from my daughter's tournament. She had that tournament in Monroe. If you watched the bar last night, I gave a little bit of an update on how that was going. So, yeah, they won they were the only girls team playing, and it was a boys tournament. They won their first game against the host, Monroe, by 2, and then unfortunately, they got shut out by the 2 seed in the tournament in the second round. Then they were winning their game last night against Dodgeville, and the star player on Sammy's team got injured, took a skate to the ankle, and they ended up losing by 1. They were up 5-3 at the time, and they didn't stop play. I thought she had a broken leg because she couldn't stand on it. So but they just left them keep playing, and they ended up scoring a goal while she was down, and then to get within 1, and then they scored 2 after she went to the hospital to get stitches. But I got a picture of the injury if you want to see it. But
yeah, you got to see that.
People, a little bit of a graphic warning here, but
No,
all right,
that's not bad.
That's Callie's leg from. She got
but that's only like 3 stitches.
Yeah. It's pretty deep, but yeah, she was bleeding pretty good on it. But she has cut resistant socks and just forgot to wear them that game.
Oh,
one
man.
The one time you forget to wear them is when something bad happens, right? So 2 of them crashed into each other on the boards, and when the other kid was getting up, he stepped right on her ankle, and it was pretty wicked, but she's gonna be out until the state tournament now. But we don't have any games till state tournament, so. But she was working on a hatch. She was working on a hatch.
I'm surprised they don't have them wearing roller skates so they can't cut each other.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Chris is asking how it happened in the front of the leg. I'm not exactly too sure. The way I heard it described was the 2 of them crashed into each other when they fell into the boards, and his skate must have somehow got under the shin guard, and when he stood up, it sliced her leg when they were getting up. So she was working on a hat trick that game too. She had 2 goals already in the game, and then had to leave. And I was like, oh, it's too bad. I was just happy it wasn't a broken leg, because I thought it was a broken leg, and her dad was over watching on the other side, and he was saying to one of the other dads too, like, "Oh man, I hope that's not a broken leg." But really? saw her limping off on it. So once I seen her walking on it, I was like, "Well, at least it's not broken." But
you'd be surprised what you can do with a broken bone.
Yeah, I suppose. But
especially on a
and then then they won their last game this morning 10-4. So they beat Waterloo 10-4 this morning. So
did the boys go off the ice crying because they got beat by a bunch of girls or what?
They got real chippy actually. One of Sammy's teammates, Adriana, had like 5 goals in this game, and with about 3 minutes left, one of the boys just decked her, like just laid her out. So he got sent to the box for that. And then later, there was a play that was dead, and one of them took a shot at Sammy while she was covering the puck, like just slashed at her with the stick, and then her friend Aubrey came over and like chased that kid away, and they both got sent to the box for fighting because that kid started punching Aubrey when she went, and then Adriana came behind him and cross-checked the shit out of him in the back of the head. That was just like there was only like 6 seconds left in the game, so it didn't matter.
Christ, what is a slap shot for little girls? Dudes beating up chicks on the ice. It's fucking intense,
man.
Bro.
I'll tell you what, man. I remember junior high, and I remember like all the black dudes and all the girls. I was looking up to them like this, man. And those girls were ruthless bullies. I remember that, so I don't know, man.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Sammy, she gets a little foul out on the ice, and then she tells me about it afterwards. Like usually she's pretty timid, but on the ice, she is this like she chirps like she's Shorzy out there. She's like you with your high voice, you sound like a fag.
You said that last night.
You're supposed to be a boy, and your voice is more feminine than all my teammates.
Holy shit.
She's like,
that's junior high.
Yeah.
Holy, she trash talks.
I guess. Yeah, shit. Pook, what's new with you? What's happening? How you doing?
I don't know. It's like every time it never fails, it never fails. This is like Murphy's Law. The one time the girl don't have cut-resistant socks on, she needs stitches.
Right?
You know,
wear them next time, though.
Well, man, I had a buddy of mine, and he's, God rest his soul, Pete Glorioso, he's dead now. But this dude was a prison guard, and because he was a prison guard, I know you know a little bit about this, Steve, because he worked with inmates and stuff. He was a little paranoid about going out into town and stuff. He'd always have his firearm with him. And the one day he didn't have his firearm with him, somebody was shooting at him. The one time he got shot in his whole got shot at. The one time he got shot at his whole life, yeah. The one time, and he didn't have his gun with him. And he didn't even recognize the guy. He didn't even know what it was about, but probably it was something from the prison, you know.
Probably.
It's like that's what they say. You'd rather have it on you and not need it than need it and not have it.
Literally, the one time he needed it, he was getting shot at. He didn't get shot. His car got shot bad, but the one time he needed it, he does like this guy used to carry around his Glock in a lunch sack, like a brown paper sack. Go play poker at people's houses. He's Jimmy, where can I put my gun? Where can I put my gun?
I had
in the microwave.
I had that back at when I was back at Meadows Bowl, and this is back in the late 70s.
She'll have to use that one at State, Richie.
Tell her she's
in. Anyway, we used to run jackpot games that would run all night long on Thursday nights, and one of the guys said, "Hey, can you put this behind the counter? I don't want anybody messing with it." Okay. Put it behind the counter. And I, just for the sake of argument, I decided to look in it. And on top of the inner compartment was a 45 automatic.
Nice.
But underneath the 45 automatic was about a pound of cocaine. I go, what the hell? He says, I got to make a delivery on the way home. You got to be kidding me.
Wow, that's a gangster right there.
And I get Indianapolis police officers guarding the place, you know. I go, this is not cool at all.
Probably he's not going to get ripped off, you know. Or maybe, I don't know.
Do me a favor and don't bring this next week. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, I had we went to this like dinosaur park display interactive thing with a bunch of our friends from Cincinnati today, and walk in and there's like 40 signs, no firearms allowed on the premises. No, I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, that'll keep out the firearms, bro.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, if they got metal detectors going in this bitch, I'm gonna have to turn around.
Yeah.
Because I have my pistol and I have my flexible baton on me as well. And I'm like, oh, this thing's gonna go off like crazy. And we come up this entrance, and it's got this big thing. I'm trying to figure out if we're in line. Like, is this a metal? I look at Michelle. I'm like, are we screwed? And she goes, I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. I'm like, all right. I think I have to put those up for liability things. I don't know, but it was all right. So pretty decent week, except for like Friday morning, I stepped on a nail, so that was fun.
Oh man!
Yeah, my foot blew up like a balloon.
Time.
You got a tetanus shot?
We think I'm good for like till like fall. I think is when it runs out. If it's 6 years, if it's not, then I might be in trouble. But it was on a pallet that had just come apart. And I was putting a Gaylord on top of another pallet, and to get it up there, I raised my foot up to put it on the edge of the pallet. It slipped off, and it just went straight with all my force right into my foot. It went in about that far.
Yeah.
Like I was like, uh-oh.
There's just nothing worse than a pallet, man. They just all the time come apart, and they're for one reason or another. When a pallet comes apart, the nails are always facing up. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, the pallet could be upside down, but the nails are going up.
Yep. So that was fun. Yesterday, just relaxed really, and relaxed when I wasn't playing World of Tanks, which I can never relax playing that game. Fucking evil hobby, and as bad as I'm about to get Tim into it.
Can you load a map of Ukraine for the game? Figure that one out.
Well, it's funny. They sent an announcement today. They fired their creative directors who helped founded the company.
Oh, really?
It's Wargaming's a Russian company. Well, I believe it's Belarusian, which is same diff, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
And he put out some Russian tweets,
aligned,
and they fired him like the instant it hit. And then they sent a notice out. We fired our creative director because he had pro-Russian invasion tweets. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so yeah, interesting. I'm sure the Russian shit's gonna come up. We're not gonna be able to dodge that. It's an elephant in the room, But
it's apparent. It's coming up everywhere. Everywhere you go, this Russia deal is affecting sports all over the place.
Yep. So I'm sure we'll hit on it. But Pook, you want to go first? Give us some MMA updates and things in the future.
Okay, sure, great. I was able to catch that Islam Makhachev fight last night against Bobby Green. Did any of you guys catch that?
I was doing the show.
Yeah, there was a fight night. I didn't really catch any of the other fights, but I knew I had to take a look at that fight. I knew I had to take a little peek at it. It only lasted 3 minutes. What a surprise, right? As a freaking wasn't even honestly, it is a surprise because it was Islam Makhachev was a 5-1 favorite against Bobby Green, and I gave Bobby Green an actual puncher's chance in this. And I really thought it was going to be like a wash, rinse, repeat, hold him down, make him nervous, smash his face. And it was, but it only lasted 3 minutes into the first round. So that's it for Bobby Green on this one. I mean, Islam Makhachev, there was not much for him to gain in this fight. Everything for him to lose. Everything for Bobby Green to gain. And he came up short. I don't know. From what I saw, there won't be any answer for Bobby Green against this guy. They did fight at a catch weight. That is not the normal weight. Islam Makhachev is normally fights at 155. Bobby Green at 170. They fought at 160. I don't know. It was billed as being an entertaining fight. I mean, if you like watching the guy getting held down and beat on, it was a very entertaining fight for 3 minutes.
Right on.
We got a fight coming up here. The next pay-per-view is going to be Colby Covington versus Masvidal. I think we might even have a wager on that. Do we? Do we have a wager on that?
I think we did. Did.
Does somebody have a wager on that?
I
know I had Colby.
I
know I did. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly.
Bet on that,
did we decide what we were going to do for that? I was going to wear a Green Bay shirt or a Gay Pride shirt or the same thing, whatever. Possibly.
Yeah.
Benny's in the house.
Benny, what's going on, brother? How was TMR last night, man? Did you guys have a good time? I of course, couldn't catch it. I was, getting drunk with my friends.
They were doing it live while I was driving home, too. I watched that.
They were doing it live from TJ?
TMR, the Marine rapper.
He was live from Tijuana?
No. What are you?
No, they were doing.
I hear TJ. I don't know. I got.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Oh, it never
Yeah,
happened. Oh.
Well, it kind of did because I was watching it when I was driving home because they did it this afternoon.
Yeah.
When I was
Gotcha.
when I was driving back, it was on. So I was watching the whole time driving back. They had like 7 different people on. It was pretty entertaining. I would have tried to jump on with them, but I was driving. So
That'd be a bad idea.
Why would that stop you?
Yeah.
well,
Right.
it would have been a whole situation. Like I could have done it through the Bluetooth in the car, but then my wife and my kids are in the car, and it'd just be a lot of background noise and no good. And Stephanie, that's starting our show on Monday. She was on it with TMR today too.
Nice. Right on. All right, what else you got, Poop?
I don't know, man. Greg Hardy's going to be fighting in that pay-per-view. So is Cowboy Oliveira. Not much. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to wrap up the MMA segment with that. Outside of getting this straight, what our bet's going to be on this upcoming event here.
That could take days to figure out.
Who's fighting and who's the bet?
This is going to be March 1st, so we got to figure this out soon enough.
Yeah.
All right, that's the next pay-per-view coming up.
March.
We got Colby
March
Covington.
3rd? March 1st?
That's Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Isn't that Tuesday?
If I said first,
tomorrow, right?
Monday? No.
if I said first, I was mistaken. If I said 5th, it might have sounded like first. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
But March 5th, it's happening it's happening real soon here. Colby Covington and Masvidal. That's the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie. T don't like me calling him Georgie Porgy.
Oh, the first is Tuesday. I haven't realized. I thought it was Monday. All right.
So who was the bet between though?
I thought it was you, man. I thought you were taking Masvidal. Are you scared?
I think I am. Are
you running scared now?
I'm trying to remember, dude.
I don't blame you.
I don't think we figured out what I was gonna do. Like you were gonna wear a Green Bay shirt. What was I gonna do?
I think you said you're gonna wear your wife's G-string over your face for a whole
episode. My wife doesn't own a G-string. So
it was your G-string you were gonna wear over your head for a whole episode backwards.
Of course. I forgot about that. Leopard print is beautiful. No, fuck, we gotta figure it out, man. I thought
would you wear the Pook's G-string?
No.
Over your head?
Anything that comes anywhere remotely close to your balls.
I'd wash it first.
Well, great.
My balls anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Oh, God. There we go. Well, what do you guys think? I mean,
I think Kobe's going to win, man.
I know you think Kobe's going to win. I think Masvidal is going to win.
I mean, they just put up something that really worked.
What?
The loser has to sing along.
No.
For the rapper song, yeah.
No, I can't sing. Nobody wants that to happen. I don't want to end up in the Hague next to Putin. I don't want to end up in the Hague, man. That's crime against humanity. Sounds like a strangled cat. No, he's getting a bullet in the back of his head, probably. If this thing goes south, which it looks like it's going to. I don't know, man. We'll put a pin in it. We'll figure it out. We got
you got till 8:30 to figure it out.
8:30.
Yeah. They're playing an arbitrary time out there. They give you an hour to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my MMA segment, I'm ready to wrap it up because that's all I got. But when it comes to NCAA basketball, I know things are heating up. It's going to be March Madness soon. Did you guys see all the upsets yesterday?
No, I did not.
Oh my God!
No, I didn't.
Purdue got beat by Michigan State. We had a lot of upsets. St. Mary's beat Gonzaga. You had Kansas going down to Baylor. You had Arizona lost to Colorado. I mean, these are all really, really good teams. I mean, we're talking.
Did Juwan Howard punch anybody else this weekend?
No, he's suspended suspended for the rest of the season.
They suspended him for the season.
Yeah, that guy had it coming.
Yeah, Juwan Howard. Yeah, he's done for the rest of the season.
Ouch. Well, don't hit people with cameras in front of cameras.
Yeah.
Which pretty much translates into don't hit anybody anymore because everybody's got cameras.
Freaking phone.
Well, you're one to talk, mister.
Well, and if you're gonna do it, man,
What
up
are you talking about?
Man, up where you're face
mister.
to face. Man, up where you're face to face, and you don't have people just separating you immediately.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
That's,
Wait, what is
like
Pook
the classic,
talking about?
Hold me back, man. Hold me back.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Pook?
You're telling people not to hit other people right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the pot might be black kettle. I don't know.
I don't hit people anymore.
Yeah, he was suspended for the rest of the regular season. Yeah, I guess if March Madness, he'll be there for.
Wow, that wasn't a very heavy punishment at all then.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they should have just been through the tournament too. I know, but it is what it is.
I file suit. If I was that dude, I don't know. I mean, I might as well cash in on the University of Michigan and Juwan Howard, right, and just sue him for assault. I mean, you can't go and fight the guy, so you got to get something out of it, Or maybe you can ring him up, like, hey, let's get in the ring and box for charity or something like that. But I don't know. Anyways,
you don't want to do that, man.
No, probably not.
You don't want to do that.
Probably not. All right. So, T, what you got for us?
Oh, in hockey, we got a lot of stuff dealing with the whole Russia-Ukraine situation, actually. So, yeah, fun times, because a lot of hockey players are Russian. So,
I heard something about somebody wanted as a retired goalie, Hall of Famer, right? Called out.
Yeah, Dominic Hasek called out.
Yeah, said
Alex
all
Ovechkin.
Russian players should be suspended, and Alexander Ovechkin's a bitch. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so basically, what happened there was shortly after the invasion happened, the Capitals were saying, oh, we'll make Ovechkin available for comment after our game with the Rangers because we want him focused on the game. After the game, he basically
disappeared.
He kind of, with his saying, he's just like, I don't want no war, nobody with nobody, paraphrasing. But he was and Ovechkin's got family that still lives in Russia. So it's like, wanting the guy to come out and trash Putin, then I kind of can understand you're putting your family at risk that's back in Russia.
I mean,
people kind of disappeared.
Anything that guy says, though, they're gonna murder him.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It
don't matter what that guy says. It's gonna freaking annihilate him, man.
Yeah, and when me and Chris were talking about
especially if you start stating the facts.
Granny Lisa's here. Good to
Granny
see you.
Lisa. Hi, Granny
Lisa. She's we just started. She's Stephanie that's going to be starting on our show Monday's mom.
Okay.
She goes by Granny Lisa, and she's
I like it.
She's great. I like talking to her. But anyway, Ovechkin, his family's over this. So when me and Chris are talking kind of in the private chat, it's like,
what kind
having Ovechkin go talk to the media is a no-win situation. If I was the Capitals, I would have just been like, no, we're keeping him away from commenting until this is done.
What multi-million-dollar dick leaves his family in Russia, though? Move
yeah,
over here, bro.
I know he should.
What are you doing? It's Russia. Nobody wants to get like, hey, I got 2 weeks. Let's go vacation in Moscow. No.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. They say that they're freer in Moscow than in New York City right now.
Probably.
But yeah, Dominic.
Well, unless you say something against the government.
Wasn't that that crazy politician from Rot went there for his wedding?
Really?
Yeah. So Dominic
What's going on with the dogs?
They don't care about webcasts, bro. Dogs don't care.
Yeah, they're freaking out upstairs.
They don't care about your webcast, Minnie. The dogs don't give a shit. All right.
I'm in the basement and they're upstairs. I can't even tell them to shut up because I'm downstairs.
The dogs don't care about your little show, your little sports church. They don't care. They're dogs, bro. Try to explain it to them. Dad.
There's a plastic bag in the yard. Dad.
You know what it might be? My kids went over to visit my parents after we got home from the tournament. Maybe they brought them home and they might be just coming in the house right now. So that might be why they're freaking out.
Gotcha.
But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Hasek wants all Russian players suspended right now to send a message to Putin, basically.
How's that going to send a message to Putin?
Because they champion their athletes over there, and if there's no Russian athletes playing, then there's nobody to champion.
You believe this is a real message to Putin, sir? You believe you're really teaching Putin a lesson? We're really teaching Putin a lesson, benching these pro athletes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying too. It's just what Hasek put out there. So yeah, I don't know how much of an effect it would have. They
benched my hockey players. I better pull out. I better pull out of Ukraine. Shit! Ovechkin's not playing. I gotta pull out now.
So,
oh my god.
So earlier in the day, Dynamo Riga out of Latvia, which is a KHL team. KHL is like the NHL in Russia. That's their big pro league over there. They announced they're leaving the league. They will not play for the KHL anymore. Chris just put in something here also that the Finnish team that's in that league dropped out of the league now as well. So the KHL is shedding teams over the invasion right now. What else do I have here?
Sweden probably get out because they got everybody that's military age is now in uniform and carrying a gun protecting the border. That's wild. I mean, Russia came right out and said, "You guys are next."
Yeah, and they're like, "All right, let me make sure my bindings are oiled."
Yeah,
like you did this once and it did not work out well for you, and you're in the position you were now. I mean, yeah, good. Go ahead. Good luck. I mean, are you? I don't know. Oh God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the last thing I have on the whole Russia situation with athletes is the International Ice Hockey Federation is supposed to be meeting tomorrow to see what they're going to do with the Russian men's team for the international hockey events, beginning with the men's World Finals in Finland. Yeah. So it looks like they might be getting suspended from participation in the international play in the IIHF. So, which Chris Benoit also just put up here too. So, yeah, but it sounds like they're probably going to be getting kicked out of the tournaments. I mean, what suspending any of these athletes is going to do? Putin's going to do what he's going to do. He's in charge because he's seen as a strong man, so he can't back down.
He's in charge because he knows where the bodies are buried, and he put most of them there.
Well, apparently they're not burying the bodies. They brought their own place.
He's in this situation now where he can't. He can't retreat because if he retreats, he looks like he's not a strong man. And but if he keeps going, taking a country and then holding a country are two different things. They're going to take a ton of losses, I think. Even if they take over the Ukraine, it's not like
they're invading Texas with 200,000 men, basically.
Well,
yeah.
You got which we didn't get into in the MMA stuff. Like the Klitschko brothers, both world champion boxers, are up in arms and they're defending their cities. Actually,
what can they just do this? What can we do this championship style? We can do the Ukraine's champion against Russia's champion, beat the shit out of each other.
That's not fair, bro. Because Russian's champion is so much smaller than Klitschko, bro. They're gonna. I'll tell you what.
I'll find somebody then.
In the cage. Give me Khabib in the cage. I don't care.
He's not Russian.
He's outweighed.
He's not Russian. He's not ethnically
Dagestani,
Russian.
right?
Dagestan.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Where's that?
He's more closely related to Genghis Khan than he is Vladimir Putin.
Okay. All right. As far as the government though, what government controls Dagestan? Dagestan controls Dagestan. Dagestan's its own sovereign nation.
Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan are the four Central Asian republics that used to belong to.
So who you gonna get, Fedor Emelianenko? He's a little old, bro.
I don't know. It's not my problem. It's Putin's problem. I'm pretty sure the comedian in Ukraine could get one of the Klitschko guys.
Let him get whooped. Maybe that would be the way to do it.
Yeah. The Russian guy would be on drugs. Well, yeah.
Well, guaranteed, but
Guaranteed.
that's not like the Ukraine guy's going to be clean. Come on. It's kind of like cycling. Like,
yeah, Lance Armstrong got stripped of his medals because he was doping
doing
along with everybody else.
Yeah. Not like the guy coming from the Ukraine is going to be clean, right?
No, not at all. All right. How far away to the playoffs start in hockey? We got to be getting there, right? Ish.
Well, the All-Star break isn't too far behind us, so we're a little over halfway through the season right now. But yeah.
God,
yeah, we're.
NASCAR.
There is one team that has been eliminated, and I talked about that last week, the Montreal Canadiens, which all of a sudden now that they fired their coach and Martin St. Louis took over, they're winning games, and it's like the tank is. I think they're trying to tank.
They hire a bunch of Americans.
Yeah, they wanted to tank their season, and all of a sudden, like St. Louis got Cole Caulfield on a like a point streak and stuff. And Chris Benoit, he's a Canadiens fan. He's like, stop winning.
What is this like? Major League with Charlie Sheen? Is that what's going on here?
They're tanking.
Everyone talk to Miami. They'll tell you how to do it.
Miami. What am I missing?
In football.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
They're all Canadians.
You got your coach coming out saying, hey, they paid me $1,000.
Oh, my gosh. All right.
But you think they're supposed to be tanking their season and bringing St. Louis as the coach, and all of a sudden he's like, I got stuff to work with here. I can win games. No, the fans are like, no, stop winning. We want that top pick at least.
Jesus. Wow. Well, yeah, that's karma, I guess. What else we got hockey-wise?
I don't got too much else right now. I am getting messages from other people now asking how Sammy did during their tournament, but I'll have to take care of that off the air. If they're not watching the show, they can wait until after we're done to hear, because I already went over that
Me too. All
at
right.
the beginning.
Thank you. We're a hoot.
Yep.
Right on, Lisa.
Grandma Lisa. We're a hoot.
Yeah,
I like it.
Granny Lisa.
I've been called much worse.
She was talking to TMR. She was talking to TMR earlier. I think she's an Army vet too. She was talking about how she had some issue with a couple of Marines that she didn't want to listen to their commands, and she got chewed out by her staff sergeant for not listening to the Marines.
Yeah, dude, come on.
So
like I don't know about you guys, but I went to
a good
joint
story.
schools.
Because she was
two joint service schools, and we had to march.
She was a specialist. She was a specialist, and she didn't realize our corporal. She didn't realize our corporals are NCOs.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And rank wise, how does that work out? Specialist as opposed to corporal.
Specialist is an E4, but they're not a non-commissioned officer.
And the Marine Corps.
In Marine Corps, E4 is corporal, which is a non-commissioned officer.
I think I can explain this even a little bit better. Specialist is corporal's a rank, right? The pay grade's E4 for it. Specialist is a rank. The pay grade's E4 for it.
Right.
But you still get the sham like you're non-NCO.
Me and Pook know nothing about that.
Bro, it was so tough. It was so tough picking up corporal for me, man. It was like, man, because I had that Lance Corporal shit down, bro.
There was fear.
Such a good Lance Corporal.
There was fear in his eyes when they came across the radio. They called us to the radio, and we thought we were getting trolled.
Dude, I was such a good Lance
Corporal. I look at Pook, and Pook's like, I've never seen Pook scared. I've seen Pook in fights. We're all gonna get the shit beat out of us. I didn't see a look of fear like that ever. That freaking day, Pook's like, They're gonna make us corporals,
dude. I thought I was a Turtle Lance, bro. I was comfortable with it. I was getting out. I was ESing. I'm like, all right, I earned the title. I'm a Marine. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna be in the first Civ Div. All right. And then they made me right with like a year to go. They made me a corporal, man. And then I knew how all my
it was
friends
the same day.
And
How did we get
and then the other thing
promoted
is like
on the same month? The same
I knew
day,
how all
like-
my little friends came back from corporal's course, right?
Yeah.
Like brainwashed, freaking like they've been possessed by.
I didn't go to corporal's course. I dodged that.
Yeah,
bullet,
Oh man, I didn't go either, but
and I was with I think it was 6-8 months to go. It was around there. This was before I had my accident. I was, I think, like 7 points or something away from sergeant.
really,
Yeah. And they were scrambling to figure out if I was eligible or not. And turned out I was just shy. Just shy.
Pops,
Like,
Pops, do you remember back in the 80s there was that made-for-TV movie, The Stedford Wives?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how these mother effers would come back from corporal's course.
Oh yeah.
Like this, yeah, they'd be like robots, like brainwashed robots. It'd be crazy.
yeah. Pound the rock.
Hey, James, how you doing, big guy? Boom.
You did it. Did you did it? Yeah. All right. So hi, James. I love you.
No
You
fist
were
bumps.
outside, weren't you? Oh yeah, he did him. He did him. And Carl, come here, come on.
Carl, come up.
I was
dude.
looking stuff up, so I flipped back to try and do the fist bump, and I was too late.
There's Carl.
Oh,
Do a
shit.
fist bump with Carl. I'll just bite your hand off.
Yeah.
Yes, we're not.
All right, go do your duties. Dogs protect.
Carl's getting to be a big boy, man.
He's huge, bro.
He's getting a big man.
He's about 70 pounds. He's we got him.
blockhead.
He was 42 pounds, man.
Yeah.
Now he's like 70, and he's still not like. He still needs to put on like a couple pounds of fat.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Blockhead, man.
yeah.
Big old head. Big old biscuit
Sweetest
head.
dog in the world. If I'm cool, he's cool. If I'm not, oh man, he made this black dude walked into the warehouse the other day. And Carl, I walk around, we go outside, I take him to work a couple days with me, which is awesome. And when we come in, we walk the perimeter. He's got this very protect. He wants to check everything. I'll make sure everything's A-okay, right? So we walk around the whole warehouse, and this black guy came around the corner looking for George, and he was like, "Oh fuck!" And I'm like, "Oh, he's cool, man. He's totally cool." He's like, "Oh shit!" Starts running. I'm like, "Don't run! He's gonna fucking chase you. He thinks you're playing." And sure enough, Carl closed on him in like maybe 4 or 5 strides. And I'm like, just stop, dude. Just let him. Just pet him. He's super friendly. Like if I was sketched out, you'd be on the ground right now, bleeding profusely. But yeah, he's a good dog, man. I mean, does some weird shit. He's kind of a pussy about water, but he's doing his business. But
That's weird for pit bulls. They normally like water.
I mean, he likes it, but like when he doesn't like to do his business when it's raining.
Oh,
He'll go on the deck and shit on the deck. I'm like, you fucker, go get the shovel.
Got a raincoat for him?
No, well, I'm not putting a raincoat on a pit bull.
Well, why not?
Because my name's not Sharon. I don't know.
I bet you your mom would get you a raincoat for Carl.
She loves that dog already.
I bet you your pit bull looks.
She loves him. He got so spoiled at Christmas. All the Cassidy women just doted over Carl because he's a big sucker. He just wants attention. So he's a bit of a box sniffer at times. So you got to watch that out, ladies. So just make sure. He did literally just stuck his nose up there one time. I'm like, whoa, dude, no. Like, you got to buy him dinner first or something. Like you can't just go right up there. But anyways, all right. So the MMA's done. NHL's done. MLB.
They're done.
Yeah, I think it's one more day.
They're going to meet every day. Oh, but we're not going to meet tomorrow.
Yeah, they got
And the deadline is the next day. So what the hell are they doing?
tomorrow is the deadline to get a deal done before they have to start suspending games, basically. Yeah, so I found a pretty good article on CBS Sports. And it says Saturday marked the 6th day in a week where representatives from Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association were set to meet each day in hopes to at least close the gap in negotiations on a new collective bargaining agreement. We say at least because the ultimate goal will be to come to terms on a new agreement, triggering an end to the owner-mandated lockout. MLB has said February 28th is the latest they can reach a deal for a new CBA without delaying opening day, currently scheduled for March 31st. So, Commissioner Rob Manfred made his first appearance of the week on Friday. That's a good sign. Additionally, the two sides made progress on the draft lottery, suggesting one item is close to being put to rest. So there is movement. That's good. MLB PA present league with comprehensive package of counter proposals following a Zoom call with the player team reps. According to James Wagner, hey Carl, the New York Times, MLB offered up some proposals as well. The report details most significantly, the union dropped its requested percentage of players eligible for Super 2 arbitration, i.e. salary arbitration for those players with between 2 and 3 years of MLB service time from 75% to 35%. MLB, meantime, wants to retain the 22% figure from the most recent CBA. Ooh, that's a bit of
that was a big jump. They went from 75 down to 35.
Yeah.
And they're only at 22 now.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a hell of a concession.
Yeah. Next up, let's see, what is it? Oh, yeah. Next is the the competitive balance tax, aka the luxury tax.
Yeah.
On high team payrolls, both sides made some movement. Players dropped $2 million off the years 2, 3, and 4 to CBA. Owners added $1 million to year 1, so it would start at $215 million to $214 million. And owners' proposal for tax rates: first tier 45, previous MLB offer was 50, old CBA is 20, second tier 67, previous offer 75, third tier 100, same as the previous offer. So there's some good news there. However, I think my push or my hope that all this pressure would make basically put a gun to both sides, and then some drunk Russian spook with small penis issues had to start a war. Nobody fucking gives a shit about baseball at fucking all. Like, I bet you've asked 10 people randomly on the street, probably 7 of them wouldn't know, 7, 8 of them wouldn't know that MLB is locked out right now.
Yeah.
So,
how many of those people?
Well, you know what you're talking about here is all stuff for the majors, and according to what I heard, everything that the players are concerned about is that the minors don't get shit for money.
Yeah. Well, MLB wants to eliminate. Stop nipping at my hand. You can just sit up here. MLB wants to lower the number of payable jobs in the minor leagues. They also want to do something with the minimum salary. They don't want to increase as much. MLB PA wants a pretty big increase. I think like 2 or 3 years from now, the league minimum would be like $850,000 a year.
Right.
God, remember that was like a crazy contract when I was a kid. Unfortunately, there's not as much pressure on them as there needs to be, and so I think you're going to look at lose them at least a month at this point.
Yeah,
if not half the season, because they are making movement but to close that tomorrow, no, and every day is going to cost you at least 2 or 3 days in delays. So as far as starting the season, so. I mean, Christ, you got to give these times, thank you, Carl. You got to give these guys time to get in shape. Well, they should be in shape. But you got to get them ready. You got to get them ready for the 162 game season. And, that takes a month. So otherwise you're risking injuries.
Well, one of the things that cracked me up is that, we got that thing there, a AAA player with the Padres who only made 12 grand last year.
Yeah. I was going to say.
But then they're talking about.
He played professional baseball and he made less than working at Taco Bell.
Yeah, right.
What the hell?
But
Taco Bell's getting 15 an hour now, bro.
Yeah. They're going up, and the quality is going down. I mean, to tell you, I'm getting, the one here in Mount Washington pretty bad, but
I don't care
for
the
now
special
posting
sauce.
pictures of the stuff they get out of Taco Bell. I mean,
Taco John's is far superior to Taco Bell.
Well, I don't find that hard to believe because that's a privately owned business.
Here's another thing. Here's another big thing. MLBPA wants a draft lottery for the top 7 picks. MLB previously offered a lottery for the top 3 picks only. The union previously wanted the top 8 picks to be decided by a lottery, then reduced it to the top 7 picks. Thursday reports indicate there might be some mechanism in place to punish larger market teams finishing well below 500 for consecutive seasons. Ooh,
that the notorious bad teams, if they constantly get number 1 picks, a lot of teams are missing out on getting good players, even if they get number 1 picks and they don't perform when they get in the big league. So I don't know.
I mean,
you're talking about making the major league team build not homes, but dormitories for the minors.
Yeah.
So that they get they get room and board along with their $12,000 a year salary.
I'm fine with that. And by the way, most minor league players make a lot more than I don't know what's in that guy's contract. If he had a wicked signing bonus, and then they just gave him they gave him $1 million to sign, and then they pay him $12 a year until he hits the majors. I don't know, but there's something in there that we're missing for sure. I had a friend who played AAA. He actually won the home run derby for Future Stars, and he was okay. Like he was doing just fine. So he wasn't complaining at all. His wife wasn't either. So I don't know what's going on there. But some movement is better than no movement.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're still looking at possibly a month. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Cy? How you doing, man? Claudia.
Yeah. So I gotta give another shout out to a friend here, Claudia Andrea. Glad to see you here. Another friend I met actually from going on TMR's lives all the time. She has a song out actually with him called E Fuera, charted on the Latin charts. Which she said good luck to Sammy before her game. So I was like, hey, she actually has a song, and I played it for her in the car. And Sammy's like, why is this song so good? So I think my daughter has a new favorite song. So that was
all right.
That was pretty cool. But her game today went very well. They won 10-4. Last night when you wished her good luck, it didn't go so well. They were winning 5-3, and the best player on their team got injured. I showed the injury earlier in the show. She got stepped on and had to get stitches because she didn't wear cut-resistant socks and got cut pretty bad. And they ended up losing 6-5. But at least, I think they would have had a good chance at winning the consolation bracket if that wouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. It was a fun time. We had a good time down at the tournament. So thanks for joining us, Claudia. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess, there's not much else. I don't think I had to cover on baseball. I pretty much hit all the bullet points as far as what's going on with the lockout and everything. So I suppose we should move on. So that leaves, hopefully I can get a smoke break. But now I'm thinking about if we're going to do racing. That's not happening because I got to load this damn slideshow. So yeah. All right, Pops. You're up. All right. Hold on. Un momento.
San Diego Gulls. That brings back memories from when I was in the Marine Corps.
God, yes.
I used to
have one of their jerseys.
We went to one of the games together. Remember, Mister?
Yeah. I bought a jersey there. Yeah.
The
black one. The black one. It was an extra badass jersey. I don't know what happened to that thing.
Well, they're in the AHL now. But the day I graduated boot camp, my brother and I, we walked to the San Diego Sports Arena from our hotel after I got off MCRD and went to a Gulls game. That was the first thing I did after I got out of boot camp.
Wow.
First thing John did was he missed his flight home.
My drone searchers got me hammered.
Did you end up in TJ that night too, John?
No. bar in San Diego. Like we went for whatever. I was like, I want a beer more than anything. Like everybody's like, oh, congrats. I'm like, beer. Need to go get beer. All right. It's been like 5.5 months. Yes, I was at Phuket 5.5 months. I was a broke dick. It happens. And try walking with cracks in your fucking legs. That's always fun. Yeah, so we went to the bowling alley, which is the closest place, and we got hammered. One of my drill instructors trying to pick up my aunt. So he's getting me hammered because he's trying to hit on my aunt. And asking me to be his wingman. I'm like,
and your grandmother is wearing your cover.
Yes. And nobody said shit. Nobody said anything. She's in the corner with my alpha cover. It just the green cover and dress cover and just hammered. Leaning up against the
graduated shit.
Drinking a beer. I'm like,
graduated, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I had one of the drill instructors ask me to have a beer with him after the graduation. He's like, you know, I really admired, you know, he never quit, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you have a beer with me, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe he said that to a few other guys too, right? Maybe I wasn't that special. But I'll tell you what, I was not about to get tricked into that. I thought I was going to get tased. I thought I was going to get duct taped, tased, get my freaking, what was the little high and tight I had, that'd be all gone, shaved off, maybe a stripe down the middle. I had shoe polish on the face. I had no idea what was in store. So I'm like, nah, man.
They were
like nodded my head, and then I freaking went the other direction, went straight to the airport.
They were cool, man. They were cool as shit.
I'm sure they would have been, man.
Yeah, they were. They knew. They found out through my former senior drill instructor. 10 days from graduation, this happens. 10 fucking days. All right, it was soul crushing almost. But my senior drill instructor wanted me to stay behind for 2 more weeks. So he wanted me to have the senior kick me back to MRP so that I could pick up with my former seniors platoon in second phase. And he was going to fire his guide and make me the guide. So I got out of boot camp a Lance Corporal. Like 2 years ahead of fucking everybody else in the Marine Corps. And I fucking sat there and I thought about it, man. I thought about it long. I thought about it all night.
It's only 2 weeks, dude.
I know. And I'm like,
man,
no.
It's only 2 weeks.
I went to my senior and I said, I'm staying, sir. And like 2 days later, I had an incident where my legs literally like started to fuck up again and started to swell up. And my senior was like, if I park your ass here, you teach my dummies how to pass the prac test, and you keep ice on those shins and run the PFT, you graduate. And I'm like, done. Fuck it. Let's go. I didn't want to go through second phase again. I should have, but you know, oh well.
I wouldn't want, honestly, man, you want out of boot camp, bro.
You do, desperately do, you know. But think about it. I would have been a Lance Corporal at 6 months, which means I've been a corporal in possibly 2 years, sergeant in 5, staff sergeant in 8, and then you can retire at that rank. So I can just coast the next 12 years, which you knew exactly that was what I was going to do. I was going to just coast. I was going to take shamming to a whole new level. I'd hold classes in the barracks. Oh, all right, this is how to avoid getting a platoon sergeant. Anyways. Oh, oh, yeah, there you go. Cool. You're welcome, Claudia. You are very, very welcome. All right, so get the slideshow going. Here, just
she's Chilean. She pronounces it Claudia.
That was in my head.
Cloud.
That was seriously in my head, and I was like, no, that's pretentious as shit. If I say that, that's posh as hell. Like, no, that's what it is.
Anyway, this is the people that are showing NASCAR this time of year. They only got, I don't know, they do half the season, and then NBC takes over. But anyway, they decided they were going to spice up the broadcast. So go to the next slide. And this was the team from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing they replaced was the man in the middle, Jeff Gordon, because Jeff became
vice president of Hendricks Racing, right?
And so that made it tough for him to become a broadcaster anymore. So then said you're going to spice it up. And so here's what you get. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And you pick it.
Why did you make him so... You suck at Photoshop, man. Wow.
That is the greatest Photoshop ever.
Yes, it is. I love it. How does Mike Joy? Why
I worked hard on this one. I really did. Because smoke.
Couldn't you remove the bike pump from Mike Joy? Because who the hell keeps stepping on that thing and pumping that dude up? How do you? Get?
That's really about their height level too. That's the amazing thing. Tony's a little dude.
He's not a little dude. I won't want to fight Tony
Stewart.
Short
Dude.
He's a short dude. Yeah. Just.
But it gets better.
Okay.
Flip the side.
You ain't seen nothing. Oh no.
That's who was the analyst today.
Well, how'd he do? How'd he do?
He did an awesome job. Now again, I
can't believe that.
On TV while I was doing the preparation work for the show. But
Matt the Brat, huh?
Yep, and did an awesome job and a good job as an analyst. But he's got such a dry sense of humor.
Oh yeah.
There's zingers all the time, which is so cool. And he did a really, really nice job. They're gonna have him back a couple.
Good.
During the season.
Glad. I love the Brat. Now, for those of you who don't know why I call him the Brat, because that was his nickname given to him while he was a short track race driver in Wisconsin. And I remember going to Slinger Speedway, and Dad says, "Hey, you got to check out this guy. His number 17. Was he 17?
Yep.
Yeah, 17 is Matt the Brat. They call him Matt the Brat. He's his kid. He's amazing." And I'm like, "Oh, whatever, Pops. I'm 14 years old. I know everything." And I'll come to the feature race, and I'm like, "Holy shit. Like, we're 10 laps in. This dude's just smoking everybody. Like, what is going on?"
Well, because, you got Matt, and who's he racing against? His biggest competition?
Robbie Reiser and the number 1 Bobfish Pontiac. Yep.
Yeah, and so it was great. And so Robbie graduates and goes south to run in NASCAR. And Robbie is getting his ass whooped. Goes 2 years, and he goes, "This is not working out. Hey, Matt, will you come down and drive for me?" So Matt leaves and goes south and goes driving for Robbie Reiser. Gets Rookie of the Year and the Busch League, which is Xfinity now, against Dale Earnhardt Jr. So it was like, whoa, how does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Then they move up into Cup Series, and the rest is history. He's won a bunch of races, won the championship.
Didn't win a race the year he won the championship, though.
Say what?
He didn't win a race the year he won the championship.
Well, yeah, but he had a great effect on NASCAR. Man,
yes, he did.
The whole scoring system.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Rule. You can't have a guy that doesn't win a race be your champion, and so they changed the whole scoring system. So that is Matt the Brat. And
they made him look even tinier.
Matt is not a big dude.
No, most race car drivers are not big guys.
Clint Boyer is huge compared to most people.
Michael Waltrip's the biggest I've ever seen.
Yeah. And Clint Boyer is not that much smaller than
I think I think Michael's funnier than Clint, but that's just me. I mean, the dude literally, I introduced my wife to him and he just looks at me dead in the face. He goes, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "Oh shit." And she's just fuming. Her ears are just steaming. It's literally coming out of her ears. And I'm just staring at Michael like, is he gonna shoulder shake? And he just bursts out laughing. And he goes, "I'm just kidding. You guys sit down." And my wife and my second wife and Michael Waltrip talked to rest in peace. They talked for 30 minutes on the subject of who's Millicent's next NASCAR driver was going to be, because you got to follow somebody. And hers was always Terry Labonte. Well, he was at the end of his career and at the back of the field, and I need somebody new. And so he put her on. He was a kid then. Now he's a veteran. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody that Michael was involved with. They had a part of a team or something like that. So, yeah. Oh my God, Michael, you are a loon. All right.
What's up next, John?
Wait till you see who's joining the team next week. Danica Patrick. Okay.
The next 2 weeks is going to be at Vegas next week, and then Phoenix the week after. So
I get a feeling that anybody with her says yes to her a lot. Anybody else get that vibe about her? I mean, look, to each his own. You are who you are. I'm not judging her. I'm just saying. I mean, if I would have met her, and I did meet her, but she was married at the time, unfortunately, to a man who shook hands like a dead fish.
God, he was terrible, wasn't he?
God,
Oh my God!
I couldn't believe that. He's just kind of bumped, and I'm like, "How you doing?" I grabbed his hand, and gave it, and expected a, good firm squeeze on the others. Nope, not so much. I'm like, wow, so know who wears the pants in this relationship. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, well, I mean, she's done it before. She's got
is what it was.
Yeah. She's got experience. She's done it before. Yes. I mean, she's done.
Oh yeah, she's done the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
that's what I thought.
She's got plenty of experience. She'll be fine.
Yep. Absolutely.
And she doesn't say a lot anymore.
Oh well.
So that's the funny part. Now here's the ugly part.
Okay.
That is Ukraine.
Yeah.
And because
it looks like an apartment building.
Yeah.
Well,
they hit it with rockets, no less.
Why?
Because they could.
Okay.
Obviously, they don't have good aim. That's what it comes down to.
Tavares, that's the coordinates are for apartment building. He said fire rockets. I fire rockets. Then we drink vodka because we can't fight at night.
Our government nailed a hospital one time, if you remember.
Yeah, and an embassy, but whatever.
Things will get screwed up. Anyway, but now that Russia's invaded Ukraine, there are a bunch of changes going on in Formula One.
Yeah.
Which is the next slide.
Okay.
And it's a team you're familiar with. There is Gene Haas's team.
Yep.
Look up at the top of the screen. You look at the sponsor. Sponsor put up about $20 million last year.
Yeah.
That's a Russian team.
Oops.
Okay. Who is the CEO, is a personal friend of the guy that's causing all the problems.
Oh, no.
So on Thursday night, Gene Haas said, we can't be affiliated with this organization anymore. And so go to the next slide.
Please tell me it's Krispy Kreme.
No.
Damn it. Oh. They just wiped it
There's
off.
the car from Thursday on the bottom. There's the car on Friday. Again, this is at a test.
Yeah.
From Thursday night to Friday morning, they took all of the logos of Ural Kali off of the cars, off of the transporters, off of their pit box,
wow,
off of the transporter car or trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was crazy. And on Thursday, unbeknownst to anybody else, Nikolai Mazepin had engine problems. He came down with an oil leak. And for one reason or another, they couldn't fix that oil leak. And so they had to pull the team. Now, it just so happens that Nikolai Mazepin is the son of the guy that runs Ural Kali. And so when all of the logos disappeared, I got a feeling Daddy said, son, you can't drive for this guy anymore. Or said, we're not going to give him the $20 million, which Gene Haas said, if you don't give me $20 million, your son's not driving for me anymore. It came out later on what do I say, on Twitter that Nikolai said, hey, things are happening that I don't have any control over. So I don't really know what's going on. We're just going to have to work it out. Go ahead, go to the next one.
Okie dokie. You mentioned this last week, if I remember correctly.
Well, here's an idea. The guy on the right is Gene Haas.
Yep.
He just lost a $20 million sponsor.
Yeah.
And
Michael.
Andretti's walking around with $350 million and no team.
There you go.
He can go, and all of a sudden you got Andretti Haas F1. It makes sense because, number one, Gene Haas doesn't know shit about racing. Right? Michael Andretti knows
How many
racing.
how many championship teams has he owned?
Haas? None. He's never had a race win.
Stuart Haas has never won a race.
No. Well, okay. In NASCAR, he's done well.
Okay.
Because he hired Tony Stewart.
And what about Newman Haas?
Newman Haas is not the same Haas.
Oh, you're right. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. You got me there. All right.
Well, here's the deal with why I think this is a distinct possibility.
Okay.
Is that number one? It replaces the money that Gene Haas lost. I mean, $20 million is a lot of money to lose. Now his team principal has said, look, it's not going to affect us. We've got enough money to cover what we got to do, but I guarantee you $20 million out of your pocket is going to be a bunch. And but the key is, the funding is they can get by, and probably they will get by for the year, whether Mazepin drives for them or not. They'll get by for the year. But the key is that Michael wants Colton Herta to drive in F1. Mm-hmm. Michael has said this year that in 2024, Herta will be driving for Andretti F1. Well, now he can be driving for Andretti Haas F1 next year.
Yeah.
It's a shoe-in.
Yeah.
So it all works pretty decent.
Nice.
And like I said, it takes the heat off of Gene because he doesn't know racing. His part of Stewart Haas Racing is he thought Tony Stewart was such a neat dude. And he goes, I'll give you a team if you run it. Tony says, oh, gee, I don't know if I want to do that. Give me a break. I'm going to give you a team. You just got to run it, okay? And Tony has done very well doing that for Gene.
Yes.
All right. Nobody else has done that well for Gene.
Yeah.
And he spends a whole hell of a lot more money in F1 than he does in NASCAR.
Oh, shit,
So,
yeah. I mean, as much as I love F1, if I hit the screw you, fuck you money lottery, I'm talking like 400 million shit range. Yeah. I wouldn't go in F1. I called Pops. They're like, hey, you want an IndyCar and a NASCAR team? Have at it. Racing is going to happen tomorrow. Get a lawyer. Start figuring it out. I'm going to the Virgin Islands. But I would never touch F1. Like, why? Why would I? There's just no. It's a money pit. Even if you win the championship, how much money did Mercedes spend trying to catch up to Ferrari and then finally pass? How much money? $1 billion?
No, now they're only allowed to spend $275 million
a season,
a year.
Yeah,
for two cars, and the salaries of the drivers don't come out of that $275 million.
Could you buy IndyCar for $275 million?
You can buy the whole series for $275 million.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can buy the whole series for when one team gets suspended. I mean, that is just, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Just put some spec cars out there, spec engines, and make the race car drivers prove who's better. Not who has a better engineering fucking team, who has more money to do wind tunnel testing. It's annoying.
But see, now the neat thing is that F1 has come in and you cut down a whole bunch of wind tunnel testing.
Yeah.
You can do computer testing and simulation work, but you can't be testing. So you cut all those costs out, you cut the wind tunnel testing out. Where Haas makes as much of his money is that all the teams that run in F1 buy their CNC machines.
Yeah. Well, that's where he makes money from the first. Yeah, sure.
So I mean that's where he got all his money from. It's from all the goofballs that need CNC work done in F1. So go to the next slide. It's just a practical deal. This used to be the team in racing. Paul Newman on the right, Carl Haas on the left. See that cigar? He had that at every race.
I know!
And he never lit it. He would chew it all the way down to the end. Yeah. By the end of the race, he'd have just this little, I don't know what you want to call it.
A nub.
Stub in his mouth. That was it.
Yeah, you introduced me to him, or you pointed him out to me when we were, some press briefing or something,
Yeah.
and then you introduced me to him, and I'm like, this. Hold on, Dad, he's a fucking slob. How much money is this guy worth? Like, what the shit? This is the dude who got stuffed in lockers in high school, is really good at freaking math.
Yes, there's no doubt.
And then he ends up becoming stupid wealthy and paying tens like it's his job and hanging out with Paul Newman. What the shit is that?
Yeah. And Paul contributed to the team money-wise and lean years, but they didn't have many lean years. You look at Tesco Avalon, they had Kmart. They had top tier sponsors, so
that's why they always had the there, money. Yeah.
Carl was also the not Reynard. Oh God, I can't think of the name.
Before Chip, they were the only competition to Penske.
Yeah, I mean,
the only competition.
It was wild. So
well, Chip and Ray Hall when they got it.
Yeah.
But
then when Ray Hall went on his own, that's when he became a competitor for Carl Haas and Paul Newman. But it was neat. It was terrible to see when Paul died, and it was just 2-3 years later that Carl died, and his wife folded up the team.
Mm-hmm.
But that was quite to see. But now, the reason I brought this up is that two of the primary drivers for Carl Haas were known as Michael and Mario Andretti.
Mm-hmm.
So they know and understand how these type of things operate.
Yep.
So
lose at Indianapolis, win at Milwaukee.
That Gene Haas is Paul Newman.
Yeah.
And Michael is going to be Carl Haas. I mean, it's a perfect
weird.
Show.
Yeah.
You agree?
Oh yeah, I think you got a very plausible thing there, man. I call what's his name at the Journal Sentinel and float that to him.
Comment. Yeah. Michael is probably David is probably trying to figure it out too. So it'll be interesting to see.
I'd send him an email, but look, bro, I think you might want to look into this because you laid out a very convincing argument. I think to anybody who's not a big racing fan, I'm like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Actually, you should do that for sure. All right, what we got next? Scotty.
This kid has just done it big time. This is the second season with Penske. He got his stats up there. Rookie of the year last year. This kid is what his credentials are. He's got 48 wins, 59 poles, and 3 championships in the Australian supercar competition. All right.
I'm guessing his family came from Scotland.
No.
Really?
New Zealand.
Originally, nobody born in New Zealand has the last name McLaughlin. Not a native person.
What do you think? Do you think he's a relative of Dixon or what? Because Dixon's from New Zealand too.
Yeah, but Dixon is not.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I understand it, but that's about as Scottish as you get.
We should ask JJ about it.
Yeah, like come
hey,
on.
You gotta remember, where did England send all their criminals?
Australia. They sent the con squad to Australia, and they sent the God squad to America.
Australia, what they do? They kicked them over to New Zealand. So
yeah,
Scotty's got some bad stuff in his jeans.
I bet. Well, you got to be a psycho to be a race car driver. I'm serious. You think it's like, oh, I've driven my car fast. Okay, that's cute, Sharon. Try driving an unlimited go-kart sometime and see, one, if your arms don't fall off, and 2, that you don't shit your pants or at least pee a little. I'm telling you, it's not the same thing. It's not. It is not the same thing. It's crazy. Second season IndyCar, rookie of the year. I remember that. 48 wins, 48 poles, 3 championships, Australian Supercar. First IndyCar pole at St. Pete. Claimed his first IndyCar race today. How did he finish?
Well, go to the next slide. that looks like Dex, which is the sponsorship of Scotty McLaughlin. Now, what you find out is not very. He can't jump well.
He's a little white. We'll go with that.
But anyway, Scotty won his first race.
Holy shit, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and now the neat part about this.
So is he the heir apparent now? Because Scott's
he definitely is.
Okay.
Now think about this. In qualifying, he won the pole award, right?
Yep.
So he out-qualified the guy that has 7 poles there, which is just outrageous that he's able to do that kind of stuff. And that's willpower. All right.
Yeah.
He out-qualified Colton Herta, who's done nothing but knock everybody's butts off when they race down there, and Alex Palou. He in the race, he ran away from Colton Herta. During the race, he just ran away from willpower, and the IndyCar champion, which is Alex Palou, finished second to Scott McLaughlin. So he knows what he's doing. That's really what it comes down to. He did an awesome job. Following McLaughlin was last year's champion, Alex Palou.
Yeah.
Then comes willpower. Then comes Colton Herta. Then comes Roman Grosjean. So, I mean, he didn't just kind of slough into this.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it. He beats the champion. He beats a many-time champion. He beats Colton Herta. He beats Roman Grosjean. So, I mean, it was no slouch win. Following Grosjean, you got Rinus VeeKay. Now, this is a guy, remember, runs for Ed Carpenter. He got his foot broken last year, and it just ruined his season. But he came out and finished his 6th in his first race back. Graham Rahal finished 7th. Scott Dixon finished 8th. Marcus Ericsson 9th, and Takuma Sato in 10th. So it was an awesome show. It was fun to watch, and it was Scott Palou or Alex Palou was, I don't know, half second behind McLaughlin for the last 10 laps. A half a second. I mean, it was wild. I mean, he would come up into the last turn and just be right on his butt, and then McLaughlin would pull away going down the straight, and then they would tighten back up. So it was awesome, and it was fun to watch. And the kid is a champion in the works. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Nice. Yeah, it seems like it, right? Hopefully.
Wait,
I mean,
the next slide. There was another
did
slide.
I? No, I didn't.
It was fun.
Oh, there we go. Now I got it. Hold on.
And this is just fun. This is a killing time slide.
There we go.
There you go. Ryan Blaney, the guy's got 7 wins in Cup. He worked in the Fox broadcast booth this week as a driver analyst.
Okay.
All right. And just a regular promotion piece that Fox does. This is what Adam Alexander is sitting right next to Ryan Blaney in the booth, all right?
Okay.
Hey, tomorrow on Fox, the stars are really out in Fontana. Then they show a graphic with 5 Cup drivers that include Logano, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, and Chase Elliott. Race day on FS1 at 2 p.m. over to Fox at 3. It's a race for 2022. Who gets it done here? Watch it all on Fox. Blaney, realizing that his image was not included in the graphic, spoke up. I'm not a star, I guess, because I didn't get my face in on that deal. Look at my mouth, Alexander pointed out, drawing attention to Blaney's remarks. My mouth is wide open, he replied. You guys could have picked a better picture, couldn't you?
Nice.
We've got a camera on, Alexander said to Blaney when the camera faded out the graphic and focused on the 3 of them in the booth. You'll never know because I'm never going to put out on a broadcast. Until I'm on that promo, this is my last booth appearance.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
So then Alexander, and a break, gets on with the production team and says, "Hey, you guys realize what you just did? The guy in the booth is not included in the stars. What the hell are you doing?" And he says, it's all taken care of. So then the race goes on. They go into overtime 3 times. So now they're trying to fill time, and they come up with another promo. And it's the same promo. And Logano asks after the promo,
fuck that guy.
says,
He ain't getting in on this.
Logano comes on and says, Where's Blaney? He's still not in? They didn't fix it yet? Blaney comes back on and says, "Y'all enjoy the end of the race. I'm out of here."
Jeez.
But anyway, they had fun with it, and they finished off the race. It just, I'm just glad they're having fun with broadcasts, and that probably was one of the better Xfinity races, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
It was fun.
All right. We've anything else in racing coming up?
Nope, you got to figure out what the hell you guys are going to bet.
Yeah,
it's now 8:32, which means you're 2 minutes beyond what point you were going to do that.
Dun dun dun. I know one thing.
See, I don't think Pook wearing Green Bay shit is harsh enough, and I don't know what he can do to me that I could readily.
You don't think that's harsh enough, bro?
No.
You're out of your mind, man. I won't wear no damn.
Maybe a Green Bay tutu or something, or a onesie or something. That'd be funny, but I don't know. Have your dad bod going on, full on,
Show your dad bod, fool.
With a hoodie on. I'm so impressed. Because you're massive. Ooh. I can did it move a little bit?
Bro,
no, it didn't.
Bro, you don't have to be coming at me like this. I know you're the handsome one. We all saw the messages. You're handsome, bro. You don't have to be coming at me. You're a very handsome guy. All the ladies agree in the chat.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know, man. We gotta come up with something.
I told you, I'm reneging on that. I don't even, Green Bay, that's too harsh. That's too harsh. I mean, you can't just explain that away with some gay pride nonsense. They're going to call me out on it.
Oh, there you go.
They're going to call me out on it. I think that's too harsh, man, because I look at this like I got a little bit better with Colby.
Yeah.
I feel like I got just a little bit better of a chance. You got to give old Jorge more than a puncher's chance. He might freaking just outpoint him.
Well,
I mean, I like Colby in this fight.
Okay.
Because
George,
who's the better wrestler?
Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. Who wins?
Right now?
Yeah. All right, I'm sticking with him.
Right,
I'm sticking with it.
Jorge. I got Colby.
All right. Yeah, they're fighting March 5th. March 5th. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm staying with that, but we got to figure out what we have.
The beard's all is off limits, and now that I've grown mine on a little bit, I don't really want to
understand. No,
right.
You're not.
Well, I mean, you go back, just make it easy. You go to a Green Bay hat, or John goes to a New York Yankee hat, and he's got to wear it on the show.
All right.
Yeah,
I
feel like my beard is way behind.
And
you feel like your beard is behind? Bro, you're like 4 years behind.
I know, man. Because I did that stupid monkey tail thing, and then also
I couldn't believe you did that to yourself, dude.
And if you got to wear the hat, you have to.
And also because the Predators keep losing, man.
If you wear the hat, you have to promote that organization. So in other words, if you have to wear the Green Bay hat, you got to promote the hell out of Green Bay. If John has to wear the Yankee hat, he's got to promote the hell out of the Yankees.
What do you mean by promote?
On that broadcast. What?
Oh, I got to talk them up like they're the greatest team
they're
ever.
the greatest team ever.
Done.
You guys
Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback ever.
If I lose, super
You're
easy.
not allowed to do sarcasm, though, dude. You can't freaking be sarcastic.
I will not do sarcasm.
You gotta be serious. It's got to be. You got to do it as a promoter.
You gotta be. You gotta do it with your heart into it, like you love the Yankees.
I will go balls deep.
Fucking hype me.
And George Steinbrenner,
His ghost,
it's cadaver.
or it's cadaver.
Oh,
You
dude.
suddenly moved to Boston and Harvard Yard. Do we need to go get some beers at the pub?
Bringing George Steinbrenner into it would be perfect. Like, do the fucking Seinfeld.
Oh,
Do Seinfeld when they had
Costanza,
Steinbrenner on there.
Costanza.
Yeah.
I like what
What
you're
do we
doing.
got going on here, George?
Yeah.
All right. I think we got it. Does that work for you, Pook?
Green Bay, and I can
And
talk.
you
I
gotta
can talk
talk
all
about
day
Green Bay.
about Aaron Rodgers, and all I have to do is just. And
Randy Lisa's
'cause
back.
I always like to give the devil his due whenever I talk about one of these pieces of crap floating around NFL or NBA
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
you can't
You know
call
what I
it
mean?
pieces of
I
crap
was
when
like to give the devil his due, so I'll say, yeah, this guy looks like some kind of, low life freaking catalytic converter thief of some sort, right? I might say that, right? But then I also have to give the devil his due, so it'll be real easy. I'll just stop short of telling the truth about the guy. I'll tell only so much truth
you
about
gotta
the
tell
guy,
the PR
then I'll
truth.
cut it off.
You
kinda
gotta be
like
his
with-
PR guy. That's how it works.
You gotta tell the PR truth.
You gotta sell the Green Bay Packers, and I
it'll
have to
be
sell
It'll be easy.
the New York
You
Yankees.
got to be able to explain why Aaron Rodgers is going to be back next year because he doesn't want to play anywhere
If you
else.
wanted to be evil, Pops, you should have said the White Sox. Because that is freaking. There'd be people in Chicago that would probably put contracts out on my life if I start talking about how great the Sox are. I mean, that would literally make me ill. Like the Bears are one thing, all right? We've owned them for 20 plus years. It's boring. Like, start beating us every once in a while, would you? Just to make it interesting. But the Sox, nothing divides Chicago. Nothing divides Chicago more than the Sox and the Cubs. I mean, we have good credit scores. They have more DUIs and assault charges. I mean.
Well, I was. This is just a suggestion. Now, if you really want to do it right, you have. Well, no, I don't want to change it. I like this idea.
All right, then there you go. We're done with it.
All right.
Good.
New York Yankees for you and Green Bay for the Poop.
I like it.
Best and win. And this is going to be on next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that Aaron Rodgers is a no good, low life and COVID denying.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to hear you explain it.
I'm getting it in while I can. I'm getting it in while I can because next week I might not be able to say anything bad about Aaron Rodgers. Or the Green Bay Packers.
I love it.
I'm waiting to see Pook just chew on his tongue.
Pook, you're attacking Rodgers on COVID now.
He's
so
a racist, sexist, homophobe, bro. The guy is a racist, sexist, homophobe. Okay, all right, and a COVID denier, an anti-vaxxer.
Are you a vaccine mandate guy now? You want those mandates? What are you, gay? I don't go on no mandates because I ain't gay.
We went off the rails. People are like, hey,
I knew we could come up with something good.
How do you do this?
Hey, all I gotta say about this whole
because I get to drink with my friends. This is why I do this shit. And my father.
The only thing I have to say to you about that is you are not brother. You need to start getting vax, and you're not fully vaccinated until you're dead. Okay,
that's true.
Just remember that you're not fully vaccinated.
Oh, did I tell you guys?
So if you've had 3 vaccinations so far, if you've had like 3 vaccinations, right, and you've also had like the boosters, because there's guys like that, right? But if you're still alive and walking, you're not done getting vaxxed.
But
you need another booster.
I don't know if you caught it on the bar last night, but Michelle and James went for their James's quarterly or whatever it was. Check up on her yearly, and she's like, "My husband is 100% convinced we got the Rona, and we got it from a Bill Burr concert." she went and got tested, and her antibodies were like through the roof. So we all got it. I was right. We got it. I told everybody I got it. They're like, "Oh, did you get tested?" I'm like, "No. Why would I? Why? I know everything that they described about Omicron was what I had, except for they added in, or mine added in watery eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but sore throat, sneezing, snot, a little bit of cough, wicked fatigue, and I'm like, I got the Rona from the fucking Bill Burr show. I got it. I guarantee. That's what you get for spitting up beer during a punchline on some poor girl in front of you. If she would have turned around and slapped me, I would have been fine with it. Like, I felt horrible. It wasn't a lot. It was a spittle, but it was still horrible.
And if she would have slapped me, you probably wouldn't have gotten the Rona because you probably would have karma would have already served its purpose.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so yeah, we had the Rona and we're good.
Ladies slap,
baby. I love it.
Ladies slap more men to prevent Rona.
Exactly. Come on, stand up. The best part was the girls actually said something. The guys were like, the guys were just freaking like this, and I'm like, what? Okay.
Is George coming on at 9?
Yes, he is.
All right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're getting down there, huh?
We're getting down there. Yeah. We are.
What you doing tonight?
He was just sitting right here. I have no idea.
Well, tell me to get over here.
Talking about how great Uzo is. You know, he likes to break plates. Smells like olive oil. I don't know. Greek shit. They invented everything. Unfortunately, they invent a lot of shit.
Oh.
How do you get so much free time in a land that's hard to grow crops on to come up with all this philosophy shit? Tell me that. That's what I don't get. Anyways, final thoughts, gentlemen. Pook's share. What do you think about
Pook's share? That's good.
Yeah,
Pook's like final thoughts. I'm fucking out of here.
Because we all know Pook doesn't have really good.
I ain't got time for this shit.
No. Pook couldn't hit water if he fell on a fucking boat.
All right.
Should we just trash talk Pook until he gets back?
Yeah, I think we should trash talk Pook until
F1 is practicing on March 10th to 12th in Bahrain. That's the last practice. And then the first race is the 25th, 27th in Saudi Arabia. So that's what you got coming up next. You got
all right,
Vegas next week and Phoenix the week after that for NASCAR. And we got a couple of weeks to go before we get down to Alabama for the IndyCar race. So.
That's Barber?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is a cute track. It's not. I don't think it's very impressive, but it's all right.
It's a good racetrack for a motorcycle track.
I like the class. Yeah. Well, yeah. See, that's kind of what I'm going at. It's just.
But it's plenty wide enough. It's plenty wide enough for these cars. I mean, they race 2 and sometimes 3 wide on this track, and if you control yourself, you can get away with it. If you don't control yourself, you get off in the boonies.
Yeah. All right. Pook, final thoughts.
Yeah, I want everyone out there to stay safe and remember that this is a real virus and freaking get vaxxed. If you're not vaxxed, if you're vaxxed, get your booster. You're not fully vaccinated until you're completely dead, until you're completely a cadaver. So just keep getting the boosters. Keep getting the boosters. Hey, I know this is supposed to be a sports show. Just a public service message for all you guys out there.
There you go.
You're trying to keep us from getting flagged now?
No, you're not. I'm telling you, if you're alive and you're above ground and you're just walking around, you haven't got enough boosters yet. Right? That's just how it is.
Yeah, there's multi-millionaires bonuses that depend on it.
Yeah, man. My final thoughts, as usual. Remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. No, the world is spinning out a little bit out of control, and we've got about 10 minutes. We could use this to kind of make it the sports bar, if you will. I don't know what's going on. I was arguing with a lot of people, very intelligent people, that this was not going to go down, and it did. And I'm still trying to figure out how we got there. One day we'll figure it out for sure. You know
what else has Putin got to do?
Not fucking make
he's got nothing else to do.
Not make an end run like this. What's he doing?
He's trying to recreate the USSR.
No, he's not that dumb.
No, he's trying to do the Byzantine Empire. He's
Russian
not that
Orthodox. Dumb. He's not that.
He's
dumb.
Russian Orthodox. He's going
Look,
old school.
He really thought
this is a modern day crusade. God damn it!
He really thought that Ukraine was going to surrender to him. That gives me the next step. He's going to take one at a time. He's going to keep doing it until he gets the USSR back.
How many people?
Now the problem is that now you got some countries now part of NATO that were in USSR, and so he can't do it that way. So he's got to go around the end round and work on the other countries. That's why he got Ukraine, because that's his first step.
All right, but
he's got nothing else to do.
But does he have a point?
No crazy person has a point.
Because NATO's been encroaching on Russian territory. It was considered Russian territory, Russian buffer zones for what now? 20 years?
I don't know, man. You know, I remember.
Hold on, let Pops answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, look, why take Ukraine? Why take what the heck's the goofy island, whatever that is, down Crimea? Why take Crimea?
Well, because it was originally Russian territory, one, and two, that's a great port.
Well, so was Ukraine, was a Russian
the Black
territory.
Sea Fleet.
I mean, why take this goofy little island?
Man, we're back on this again.
And I mean, he looked.
I said we're opening it up to the sports bar for like another 8 minutes, and then we'll get off. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we can talk about it now. I don't care. That's why I brought it up. I don't understand. This goes bad. What happens? It already looks like it's kind of going bad for him. What happens to him? That's the thing that I'm looking at.
That's why a lot of people are saying he's on his way out, because the country's not going to put up with.
But you don't go out like that. You don't arrest a guy like that. You kill a guy like that, right? You have to, don't you?
No. Look,
you arrest them.
Last three of them that went out, they didn't get killed.
Yeah, but Boris died, didn't he? He didn't die in office, but he knew he was out. He knew he was out.
Khrushchev didn't die in office.
No, he wrote
didn't die in office.
That's the infamous story about Khrushchev, the 2 letters. You ever heard that story? About the 2 letters? He said Nikita Khrushchev sat down his successor and said, "Look, here's 2 letters. Open up the first one." And he does, and he goes, "Blame everything on me." And he says, "If you get in trouble again, open up the second letter." And you know what the second letter said?
I don't know what.
Sit down and write 2 letters. So, like, these guys go hard. They don't just just kind of flicker away.
Well, I think the thing really that's going to hurt is the SWIFT deal when they kicked Russia out of SWIFT. That basically shuts down the money tree, and he can't fight a war with no money.
No.
And he doesn't have the big bankroll that the USSR had.
Yeah, I don't know who said it, but somebody said ultimate victory is infinite money.
Yeah,
you can always win in the end if you throw enough money at it and figure it out.
But I think with the loss that they took in Afghanistan, they're not going to put up with losses in Ukraine.
Yeah,
they got their butts whooped in Afghanistan, and
that's the thing that I don't get. This is why I kept arguing against people saying they were going to invade. I'm like, look, it's still in senior Russian military leadership. There's probably still a lot of sour notes about Afghanistan. There's also a lot of sour notes about Chechnya. There's also a lot of sour notes about the Georgian invasion, when they took those 2 little so-called Russian-speaking enclaves in Georgia, and so they keep getting punched in the mouth, and they keep coming back for more. And they had to learn at this point that there's no way
Georgia is now part of Russia.
Well, there's a couple parts of it are.
So it's Crimea. So I mean, it's just he's going to keep taking steps and work on it. It doesn't make sense.
No,
he's not getting anything out of it. But he's got to do something. He's got nothing else to do.
Pook, what you got?
I mean, it's not like he's running for election.
I mean,
no.
I think honestly, a lot of the and I'm not defending Putin. I'm not defending Putin's actions. I think a lot of this came because he felt antagonized and he was just like, "Fuck it."
That's a big fuck it.
Yeah, I know it is.
Really
I know it is, but he was feeling coached on.
That no one's going to take any action.
Your posts are powering your life on.
Now I found out that somebody in the U.S. is not.
He's that kind of guy.
Ukraine.
He could be. I mean, look, for people who don't know, look into him. Go beyond the first page of Google, all right? This guy grew up in the Soviet system, became a KGB intelligence officer, rose through the ranks, and was in East Berlin when the wall fell. Yeah. And the embassy was surrounded for days. This dude thinks he's going to get ripped apart limb by limb. This is the guy in charge of Russia now. Kind of sounds a lot like some parallels between a corporal in the German army in World War I.
That's why I'm saying it's all about ego. That's all it is.
That's fucking terrifying that somebody. But isn't it a little bit to that everybody who rises to the top is a little bit of psycho in them?
Well, they gotta be.
You have to, right? Like you have to put in like 20-hour days, right, for months on end to get that job.
Yeah.
And once you get it, you'll do anything to protect it, right?
Yeah.
So why is Putin invading Ukraine? you're rolling the dice. You're letting fate decide whether or not you keep living.
I mean, now think about this. He's never been in the military.
No.
Never been in the military.
He's KGB though, right?
In to take over another country.
KGB. Yeah.
Where the hell is his background?
It's spook. He's a spy.
Yeah.
Well, intelligence analyst. He's an analyst.
He get away with being a spy all over the place.
Well, he was all right. So
take over a country with spies.
Maybe here's where I'm getting you at is he was an analyst. He was not an ops guy. He was he looked at intelligence and intercepts and papers and everything like that. He was not operations. So maybe I don't know.
Yeah, you know what analysts do is they figure out ways to do things under the ground. I mean, and he figures he can take over a country that way.
Isn't that what you wanted me to do? Isn't that what you wanted me to do when I got on the recorder?
But here's the
finish college and become an analyst because you've been really good at it. I think you said that because you were scared I went operations. I could be a means to the end kind of guy. I think you were dadding me.
All right.
What's up, Poop?
This is where I don't think I articulated my point.
You got 1 minute
last time. All right, real quick. All right, I got 1 minute. I don't think I can do it in a minute.
Yeah, 2 minutes. I'll give you 2.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, I might be able to do it in 2 minutes. Okay, let's say for instance the Soviet Union was still intact. This is a for instance. This is a hypothetical. Soviet Union still intact. Soviet Union is still a superpower, correct? Right? Yeah, let's say they made a deal with Canada already. They already made a deal with Canada to be Canada's ally if anything broke out between us and Canada, right?
Right.
And then they started sending all kinds of equipment and all kinds of people into Mexico to freaking help them against us. And then there's all kinds of shady deals going on between the Kremlin and the USSR and the capital of Mexico.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you were in charge, wouldn't you be like, all right, if this is going down? It reminds me of when one of my friends back in the Marines, Sergeant Smith, he was at the Red Square and they had a mosh pit and he was dancing. He bumped into the same guy by accident, knocked his ass down like 4 times. The 5th time, he just freaking didn't even just ended up fighting the guy.
Yeah,
but because he's going to apologize by he knew it was going to happen. He knew it was going to happen. Just like I think that's how almost I'm sorry, Putin feels. Vladimir Putin. Yeah. I feel
that's what Pook. That's kind of part of me. It's got a lot of that is running in my head. That's why I was going at pops like that. So, did we make this happen? Did we?
I'm not saying
encroach?
here's the thing. Yeah,
or did we just give him an excuse to do what he wanted to do anyways?
Hey, yeah, exactly. And just because you're provoked doesn't mean you have to attack, right?
Well,
sometimes you got to do the smart thing. Was this really the smart thing? We'll find out.
You pull 100 people and you provoke them. How many of them are going to hit you? Probably quite a lot if you get real good at it. Remember Fight Club? Remember all the guys they had to go out and make people start fighting. It's not that hard. You find the right guy, it's real easy.
It's easy to find the right guy, but sometimes I'm not looking for fights, but yeah.
No, that's one of the guys who always end up drilling you before you even see it coming. You ain't gonna do shit. Blah. Yeah. All right, Pops, what do you got before we get out?
Did he freeze?
No, I think he's still there. Where's his audio gone? Pops, is your audio gone all of a sudden?
Let me try.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
All right. I don't know what's going on with my mic. But anyway, I just think this is going to be an interesting week, the very, very least. Now, they say that they've got negotiators up on the Belarus border, that they're going to do negotiations. And I sure as hope this guy is not going to go up to Belarus and negotiate, because he will never come out.
No, he won't. No, he'll get struck by lightning and shit. Richie, we're getting off here in 1 minute, man.
I mean, if they want to annex Chernobyl, let Russia have Chernobyl. And we'll get the rest of Ukraine.
Yeah, get those four-eyed deer. Love those four-eyed deer in Chernobyl. They taste amazing. Super warm. I mean, anyways. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you're catching this later, please share the show out. Richie, we're going to jump off air, but if you want to jump on for 2 seconds, the link is in Sports Chat or Sports Church. Ugh, wow, that was bad. Other than that, have a good night. God bless.
Take care, everybody.